Jai Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jai Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Advaita Chandra Jai Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Govindanandi Hare Hare. Śrī Gaurāṅga Mahaprabhu.
Jai.
Gaura Hari. Gaura Hari. The Golden Lord, Gaurāṅga. Initially, when this book Chaitanya Charitamrita was published, it was selected a golden cover. Because Mahaprabhu's color is golden. There are generally 5 colors of incarnations. Green as in Ramachandra, blue as in Kṛṣṇa, red as in Varaha, white as in Hamsa, and golden color, yellow color is there. Bhagavan, Shri Kṛṣṇa and Narayan, they are known as Triyuga. Triyuga. One of the names in Vishnu Sahasranama, I believe Vishnu Sahasranama, is Triyuga. Bhagavan, Narayan, is known as Triyuga. Triyuga means he appears in 3 yugas. However, we find in Bhagavad Gita that Kṛṣṇa mentions that in every yuga, every yuga, he comes. But in Sahasranama, he is only known as Triyuga. He appears in 3 yugas. But in Bhagavad Gita, Kṛṣṇa guarantees, he assures, yuge. In every yuga I come. So some question arises. Why Bhagavan is known as Triyuga, but Kṛṣṇa is actually saying yuge in every yuga. There are 4 yugas. There are 4 yugas. Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So 3 yugas, the Lord is easily known. But in 1 yuga, it is very difficult to understand who he is. It is very difficult. In 3 yugas, he comes in a very grand way. And he is easily recognized by the demigods. And other great rishis, they easily recognize him. But in 1 yuga, Kali Yuga, he is hidden. In 3 yugas, he shows himself, I am Bhagavan. Here I am. And he performs his pastimes. In the boar incarnation, Varahadev, there was trouble in the universe. At that time, Lord Brahma and others, they were praying to Vishnu for relief. They were under great distress of this Hiranyaksha. He had captured all the important positions in the universe. So much so that it is said the earth fell down from its position where the earth is held in space. But it said that the earth fell down in the universe. It lost its position. So in very much distress those demigods were feeling, Lord Brahma felt a little sensation in his nose. And he got some feeling in his nose, and he just went like this, and one small viraha, one boar, it came up from his nostril. Oh, this is very strange. Everyone is looking. One small boar has come. Then suddenly that boar was colossal in its size. So much so that it could pick up the earth like a ball on its nose. The earth had gone down in the lower planetary systems. So it is appropriate that Vishnu will come as boar. Why? Because boar will go down to all these places. You see the boar, pig. It will go down to any place. So the Lord appeared as Varaha, and he went down in the universe to save the earth. So just after his miraculous appearance in that way and growing to such huge size, then Brahma and other devas, they can understand, oh, our Lord Narayan has taken this shape. Later he took the shape of Narasingha, half man, half lion, just to finish the demon Hiranyakashipu. So, generally, when the Lord appears, he appears in such a miraculous way that he is understood by his devotees, and he exhibits his power, his opulence, and such things. But in Kali Yuga, he does not appear in that same way. He is hidden. He does not appear as Bhagavan, but he appears as Bhagavan's devotee. Devotee Bhagavan. Sevaka Bhagavan. He appears as his own devotee. Kṛṣṇa, Nārāyaṇa, but in the dress of a devotee. He does not come with his shank and chakra visible. Hidden within. His chakra, his shank, his mace, the four symbols of Vishnu, his four arms in that form of Nārāyaṇa, Chaturabhuja, hidden within. And more than Nārāyaṇa, he is Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is known for his flute, isn't it, in his dancing. But his flute is not visible in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Flute is also within. It is hidden within. So, whenever the avatars appear, they appear to do some good to humanity. They destroy some evil. They may destroy some demon, like Rama. He killed Ravana. And Kṛṣṇa also killed so many demons. But Kṛṣṇa also spoke Bhagavad Gita, giving such a wealth of knowledge to humanity. So sometimes just killing demons, sometimes just giving knowledge to humanity, like Hamsa Avatar. Hamsa Avatar gave so much knowledge to the rishis in ancient times. And sometimes doing both functions, killing demons and giving knowledge of the purpose of life, and so forth. So, it so happens that as many waves as there are on the ocean, there are incarnations of Godhead. He is so unlimited. There are Vishnu, Sahasranama means 1,000 names of Vishnu. So you can imagine behind those 1,000 names, 1,000 avatars have come at different times. But that is not the limit of his holy names. That is not the limit of his avatars. Unlimited. So we have heard of a few only. And 12 are very prominent. 10, known as Das Avatar. Very prominent. But many avatars there are of the Supreme Lord. And many universes there are. And these avatars are appearing in different universes at different times and different ages throughout the creation. The creation is almost unimaginable. You have seen the coconuts, they are clustered together in a cluster, or the grapes in a cluster. How many grapes there are in a vineyard. Universes, they are also clustered together, universe after universe. An unlimited number of universes there are in the creation of Mahavishnu. And the Supreme Lord is appearing in all these universes during different yugas, during different times in the day of Brahma, known as Manus. And the Supreme Lord is appearing there. All these avatars, they are descending from the spiritual sky of Vaikuntha. Above Vaikuntha, there is Ayodhya. It is also like Vaikuntha. And superior to Ayodhya, the Leela of Rama, is the Leela of Vasudeva Krishna at Dwarka. It is also like Vaikuntha. It is higher in the Vaikuntha realm. And from the lower part of Dwarka, one can see Mathura. Mathura is also a little on the Vaikuntha side. And from Mathura, we get some message about Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan. And above Goloka Vrindavan, no scripture, no people, no saint, no rishi, no incarnation has ever revealed that there is anything superior than Goloka Vrindavan. Goloka Vrindavan, Param Dham. It is the supreme abode. Not only is the highest place, but everything found in there is of the highest quality, the highest type of devotion, the highest type of knowledge, the highest type of love. Everything is found in the Goloka Vrindavan. So from Vaikuntha and all these realms, the Supreme Lord comes as Avatar. But the beginning place of all the avatars, that is Goloka. In Goloka, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Ishvara Parama Krishna, the supreme Ishwar, the supreme Bhagavan, that is Krishna. His place is Goloka, Goloka Vrindavan. So he is not an avatar. Krishna is not an avatar. Although he is sometimes generally called an avatar. Generally people will say Krishna is avatar. Actually he is not avatar. He is called avatari. Avatari means all the avatars come from him. Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. All avatars emanating from one source of Godhead. Therefore, Prabhupada, he liked this word in English, Godhead. Godhead means the culmination. Who is the Godhead? And in India, people are saying, Swamiji, there are so many gods. So many gods. And even you're telling us there are thousands of gods, Vishnu. Which one should we pray to? Which temple should we go to? What is the culmination in all this? What is the head of all this? What is the Godhead? Krishna is the Godhead. Krishna stu Bhagavan Swayam. This is the authoritative conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of the Vedic literature. Ripened fruit. Just like now many fruits are on the mango trees, small ones. Some on the front gate, that tree, some a little bigger. Nothing is ripe. Only maybe possible pickle or chutney. But ripened fruit and rasa you cannot get now. No ripened fruit. Then the time will come, the fruits will ripen. Those who are here, they will be feasting every day on the ripe mangoes. So the Vedas are like that. Much knowledge is in the Vedas of various types. Then there is ripened conception, ripened fruit of the Vedas. This is the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the last of the great literature of Vyasadeva, actually. Last of the literature of Vyasadeva. It is written at the time of Samadhi of Vyasa. Not samadhi. Samadhi means that he left this world. Samadhi means in his trance, his realization. Fully he understood everything at that time. Then at that time he wrote the Srimad Bhagavatam. Ripened fruit of the Vedic knowledge. And the conclusion of the Bhagavatam is that Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Now, it so happens that everything may not be known to the human society at one time. It is not known to any human being at one time. For example, you are born, and then you begin the learning process. And you learn so many things. And then this life is over, you may again be born again. And again, learning to walk, learning manners, learning to speak, learning numbers, all these things. Again, learning. The learning process going on. So the human society also is just an extended group of individuals, isn't it? Society. So it also goes through different learning stages. So at different stages, the Vedas, they are transcendental, they appear. Veda is also considered like an avatar of Nārāyaṇa, non-different than him. So at different times, these Vedas appear and they give some goodwill, some message to the people. But not at every time do the followers of the Vedas know everything. It is not so. Therefore you see, even here in India, there are times when they worship Narasimha more. There are times when people worship Mahavishnu more. There are times when they worship demigods. Shiva Purana also there, Durga Purana also there. And then people will tell, no, this is the main one, this is the main one. But then there are expected that there will be times when the whole process will reach its culmination. That the experience will be such that the higher plane of truth will be known to the people of that time. Do you follow? So we're very fortunate that we are amongst some of the people born in that time when the Vedas will reveal the higher understanding, higher plane of truth. So one day, it so happened, this is mentioned by one great devotee named Lochan Das Thakur, and he told that in Goloka Vrindavan, where Krishna is performing his pastimes, there in the pastime of Krishna, Krishna told his friends at Vrindavan, gopi friends, he began to tell about the quality of their love. It is superior to all others. The quality of your devotion. Do you follow? He's speaking to his devotees at Vrindavan. The quality of your love, the quality of your devotion. It is greater than all others. I myself, I am captured by that fully. I am yours. By your devotion, by your love, you have purchased me. You have possessed me. Huh? I have no independence from your love. I am your slave. He's telling his devotees. And then he said, and I want to sing your greatness all over the world. I want to go and spread your greatness throughout the world. I want to tell the world, means the people of the world who have long forgotten this truth. I want to go there and I want to speak about your greatness to them. I want to tell how great are the devotees of Braj. And then he told, and I want to roll in that holy land known as Vrindavan on the earth, and I want to shout about your glories. Then his devotees, particularly Srimati Radharani, she told, no, we will not allow you to roll on the ground. By rolling on the ground, there are many sharp stones and thorns. These things may give some piercing. They may give some injury to you. So if you go to roll on the ground, we will just cover you. We will just protect you. We will cover you with our effulgence. You will not fall on the ground. So then Kṛṣṇa decided to come down to the world. Then, as that combined form of Radha and Kṛṣṇa began to descend to the world, it also happened that in Dwarka, because that is higher, it is explained so you can see it is coming down. When coming via Dwarka, the Kṛṣṇa at Dwarka, it is time for the Yuga avatar, he told. In his thought, it is time for Yuga avatar. In every age, the avatar must give some dharma to the people by which the people were benefited. So then Kṛṣṇa in Dwarka, he told, it is time for this Yuga avatar. So just then, Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu means Radha and Kṛṣṇa. Maha means Mahabhav. That means Radharani. And Prabhu, who is Prabhu? There are many Prabhus, but who is the one Prabhu? That is Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is known as Prabhu. In Vrindavan, people come to the deity, and if you watch, somebody will tell, Hare Prabhu. They're telling Prabhu, praying to Bhagavan as Prabhu. The Supreme Prabhu, that is Kṛṣṇa. Maha means Mahabhav, Mahaprabhu. Even Kṛṣṇa or Narayan and Vaikuntha, they are not Mahaprabhu. Only when Radha and Kṛṣṇa, they are together in one swarup, that is Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu began to descend to the world. And lastly, he will reach to Navadvip Dham in the family of Jagannath Mishra in Sachimata, just at the time of moonrise. On this day, 515 years ago. 515 years ago on this day at moonrise. But while passing Dwarka, then Vasudev's place at Dwarka, Vasudev Narayan, Vasudev Kṛṣṇa, he is telling, no, now it's time for Yuga Dharma. So as Gaurāṅga passed, the Vasudeva avatar entered the form of Sri Chaitanya Dev. Then Mahaprabhu began to come down through Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, there are many avatars, as I told in the beginning. Generally, we know of 10 of them. But from Vishnu Sahasranam, you catch the idea, many more avatars. One list is there in Puranas, 25 main avatars. Another list, 10. Sahasranama, so many. We are told there are infinite number of Vaikuntha planets. On each Vaikuntha planet, we may find the origin of one Vaikuntha avatar. Do you follow? And one by one, as Mahaprabhu, Śrī Gaurāṅga Dev passed through the Vaikuntha, all these avatars merged and entered the body of Lord Gaurāṅga. Gaura avatar, Sava avatar. The Gaura avatar is the culmination of all avatars of Vaikuntha. Even Ram entered him, Ramachandra. All avatars present in one avatar. Because it is coming from the highest plane, from Goloka Vrindavan. Do you follow? Then he came down to this world. And his purpose was two. He has two purposes in coming to this world. One is to fulfill the Yuga Dharma. That is a duty of every avatar when he comes in the world. And that Yuga avatar entered, he has to perform or satisfy the necessity of Yuga Dharma. And this he does first. He takes up this business first. Yuga Dharma. What is Yuga Dharma in this age? Kali Kali Nama Rupe Kṛṣṇa avatar. Nama Sankirtan is Yuga Dharma. So Mahaprabhu's first work from the moment of his birth was to spread the holy name of Kṛṣṇa. It is said that there was a eclipse of the moon. And although Navadvip at that time was mainly Smarta, jnani, and all types of things like that. And bhakti was very less. It was such a rare thing that the people of Navadvip, they used to shout on those devotees. Huh? Hey, why you're making noise shouting Krishna, Krishna? We can't sleep. Huh? Someone is robbing your thief. Hari, Hari. Huh? The devotees are shouting, Hari, Hari. They are coming. Hey, some thief is there in your house? No, sir, no thief. Why you're shouting Hari? Hari means thief, thief. Like this, they used to ridicule the devotees. And those people were happy to even see the marriage of a cat and a dog. It is mentioned. They would sometimes make a palki, and in the palki they put a cat and a dog. They're so degraded. Huh? What to speak of when the human is married, such a party they would have. But ridiculing the devotees. So, Mahaprabhu came at the prayer of Sri Advaitacharya. On the earth, first appeared Advaitacharya and many devotees of Mahaprabhu. When Krishna comes from any place in the spiritual world, be it Vaikuntha, be it Ayodhya, be it Dwarka or Goloka, he does not come alone. The Supreme Lord does not come alone. He comes with his entourage. He comes with his associates. This is one of the most glaring defects of the bogus avatars of Kali Yuga. They all come alone, except for they bring all the fools with them. They don't bring any eternal associates. When Krishna Avatar came, Baladev is there. Baladev is there. Mother Yasoda is there. Nanda Maharaj is there. Whole entourage of the Braj came along with the Krishna Avatar. When Ram came in Ayodhya, he did not come alone. Lakshman came. Lakshmi in the form of Mother Sita came. And of course, many of these bogus avatars, they'll try to keep many Sitas. They bring their Lakshmis. But they don't bring their Shaktis, their power actually. Real power. They bring their cheating potency. They are not really avatars. So, when the Supreme Lord comes, he does not come alone. Sri Chaitanya Dev is no exception to that rule. So, as the Lord was appearing, his devotees came first. Mahavishnu came as a Dvaitacharya. Mahavishnu. And Shiva. Shiva and Mahavishnu, they jump together. That is called Sadashiva Mahavishnu. That is a Dvaitacharya. So the Lord at Sri Ranganath, the Lord in Nanguniri, the Lord in all these ancient temples, that Lord Mahavishnu and Padmanabha and Janardhan and Adi Keshava and as many as there are, that Lord Mahavishnu, that is a Dvaitacharya. And that Shiva worshipped in Chidambaram and all other places, that Sadashiva, he also jumped there together, two in one, another combined. Sadashiva, Mahavishnu. Then, just to mention, one of these, Advaitacharya had 5 sons. And the principal son of Advaitacharya, his name was Achyutananda. Achyutananda was a great devotee of Mahaprabhu. He later became a devotee of Gadadhar Pandit. And in the time after Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela was completed, after 48 years of Leela, this Advaitacharya, he became a great devotee of the Sankirtan movement. And he began to spread the Yuga Dharma, the Nam Sankirtan, and the glories of Sri Chaitanya Dev, and the glories of Vrindavan. He began to spread that in his time throughout that part of India where he lived. So that son of Advaitacharya, he is that Kukikshetra Subramanya Kartikeya. Kartikeya is one of the sons of Shiva. Kartikeya is a devotee of Mahavishnu. He actually is a devotee of Narasingha Dev. So it is said that Kartikeya came as a son of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. Do you follow? And he was a great devotee. So in South, the reason I'm mentioning, particularly from Tamil Nadu, there are millions of devotees of Kartikeya. But you have to keep up with your stars. You have to keep up with your heroes, what they're doing now. Just like those who follow the movie line. They want to know what the movie stars are doing. But some people, they don't keep up with the current, what they're doing now, what they're doing today. Some movie stars entering politics. So, long back people were worshipping Kartikeya in India since 1,000 years back. But 500 years ago, that Kartikeya came as the son of Advaitacharya. And he was a great devotee of Mahaprabhu and a leader of the Sankirtan movement. So those are actually devotees of Kartikeya. They should follow their Lord. He's devotee of Vishnu, Narayan. Particularly, he favors the worship of Narasimha. And he came in gaura-līlā. as a great general. That Kartikeya is a general. He's a Senapati of the Devas. He became a great Senapati, a great general in Sankirtan movement. So those who are devotees of Kartikeya, they should join in Sankirtan. Those who are devotees of Mahavishnu, they should join in Sankirtan. Those who are devotees of Shiva, they should join in Sankirtan. And if we go through gaura-līlā, you will find Rama, his devotees, they also came. Hanuman, Murari Gupta, one Murari Gupta, he was Hanuman. All great devotees of the Lord and his prominent avatars, they're shown in Chaitanya-līlā. So then what should we, the ordinary people, do? We should also follow in that same way. We should become devotees of Sri Chaitanya Dev, and we should have some part in the Sankirtan movement. Sankirtan ki jai, Govinda. So this verse is there. Krishna varnam tavesha Krishna, sango pangasta parsadam, yagne sankirtana prayer, yajanti hi he sumedashana. This is a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, but it is included here in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, written by Krishnadas Kavirāja Gosvāmī. Krishnadas Kavirāja Gosvāmī, one of the most important biographers of Sri Chaitanya Dev. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had a number of biographers. Biographers mean who wrote biography, you see. And the two most important works are known as Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita. And of the two, the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is considered to be the most important because it contains the extensive teaching of Sri Chaitanya Dev. The Yuga Avatar, that golden Lord, it contains his most complete expression in the form of teaching, and it reveals to us his deepest expressions of love also. What is that vraja-bhāva? It is considered the most important book. So, when writing this book, Krishnadas Kavirāja Gosvāmī, he included this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse is spoken by a saint named Karabhajana Rishi. Karabhajana Rishi. And he spoke this verse in ancient times when describing the incarnations for the future. And the Rishi said that in the age of Kali, intelligent persons will perform congregational chanting in order to worship the incarnation of Godhead who constantly sings the name of Kṛṣṇa. Now generally, if you look in the Vedas, particularly the Upanishads, where you find Mahā-mantra, it is given Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That is the way it comes. So that is the way it is placed in the Vedas. And you see, even you tell people, Hare Krishna, they will say Hare Rama. They will respond with Hare Rama. And because initially when it was seen, this Mahā-mantra, it begins with Hare Rama. Then of course Rama Avatar came before Krishna Avatar, so people think it is in that way. Just organized in that way, first Rama, then Krishna. So, Mahaprabhu, the characteristic of the avatar is that one characteristic is there that even it is told Hare Rama first, he will shout first Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa. Krishna varnam tavesha Krishna. He will jump to Krishna. He will give more preference to Krishna. Actually, when we say Hare Krishna and Hare Rama, it is not Krishna one side, Ramchandra the other. Rama also name of Krishna, as in Radha Raman, who is giving pleasure to the residents of Vrindavan. That is Rama. Also Balarama. Rama means Balarama. And Balarama is expansion of Krishna. So when we chant Mahā-mantra, we're not thinking one side Krishna, other side Ramachandra. Both side Krishna, Govinda. There's one secret translation to this Mahā-mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The secret translation is Radhe Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe. That Ram is Sham. Ram is Sham. That Lord at Vrindavan. Not that Lord at Ayodhya. He may be included there. The name of Krishna is full of all the potencies as is Krishna himself. Mahaprabhu, he is also taken, non-different than this Mahā-mantra. As all the avatars are present in him, all the avatars are present in the name of Kṛṣṇa, in the Mahā-mantra. So, so he is telling that Lord in Kali Yuga, who constantly sings the name of Kṛṣṇa, who gives preference to the name of Kṛṣṇa, although his complexion is not black, nonetheless, he is Kṛṣṇa himself. He is Kṛṣṇa within, but he is covered in another color, golden color. And he is accompanied by his associates, his servants, his weapons, and his confidential companions. Also his weapons. What are the weapons of Mahaprabhu? Mahaprabhu is being described. His associates, there are many. His servants, there are many. His confidential companions, like Swarup Damodar, Rai Ramananda. His servants like Govinda. His associates like Haridas Thakur and others. What are his weapons? What are weapons of Vishnu? Chakra and mace. What is the weapon of Mahaprabhu? Mridangam and kartal. This is his chakra. In Kali Yuga, this is the chakra. This is the chakra. And the mridangam. These are his weapons. So, in the previous ages, he would cut the neck of his opposition. Severed the head of Ravana with his bow. With his chakra, Krishna cut the head of Sishupal. Like that, there are many. How he killed and destroyed them. But he does not do that in this age. He does not do any harm physically to anyone. But with the sound of his Sankirtan, the weapons of his Sankirtan movement, Mridanga and Kartal, and the holy name, he cuts at the demoniac tendencies which have captured the living entities, which have come and possessed the hearts of the living beings in this age. He attacks that and he kills these demoniac tendencies, or evil tendencies. So, then it is written, Kavirāja Gosvāmī says, "My dear brothers, please hear all these glories of Sri Chaitanya. This verse clearly summarizes his activities and characteristics. The two syllables, Kṛṣṇa, are always in his mouth. He constantly describes Kṛṣṇa with great pleasure." You see, there are many, they will say, why Kṛṣṇa? There are many gods. Why Kṛṣṇa? Then they will tell they are God themselves. But here it is said, when Bhagavan comes, he himself is always describing Kṛṣṇa. He will never say, oh, why Kṛṣṇa? Why not so many? No, he never leaves the sound of Kṛṣṇa. Always Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa, the reservoir of pleasure. He wants that the living entities will come to their greatest fortune, their highest fortune. Mahaprabhu knows only by coming in connection to Kṛṣṇa, in the mood of pure devotion, can the living entity come to his highest satisfaction, highest fulfillment. Otherwise, the living entity will wander in material existence for hundreds of millions of lifetimes in search of happiness, in search of security, in search of pleasure. But every time he will meet with frustration. He will meet with frustration. But if he comes to Kṛṣṇa, in one lifetime, he will experience his fulfillment. No more necessity to wander in a treacherous world, treacherous land. This place is not our home. There is a land far superior to anything this world has to offer. Just think about it. Cities more glorious and glamorous than the great Bombay, or New York, or Paris, or Singapore. People more kind and generous than Gandhi, and even Mother Teresa and so many welfare workers of this world. Thousands of times greater than that which we have seen in this world. More beautiful. Here everything has its limitation. Trees, with some, what is it called, horticultural science, we can combine one or two fruits. But can you combine banana and coconut? Can you do such a combination? No. Only varieties of apple, you make something maybe to peach, to plum, something. Very, very limited. But in that place it is said that the trees, they are known as kalpa vriksha. Any tree can yield any type of fruit and any quantity of fruit at any time, simply according to the wish of the devotee, the desire of the devotee. Kalpa Vriksha, desire-fulfilling trees. A land that surpasses this world unlimitedly. A land that surpasses even heaven. The idea of heaven is enjoyment, where God provides a land simply for our enjoyment, pleasure. Sometimes we have seen paintings of heaven. In Christian idea of heaven, I saw one nice painting once. Man was there in heaven. Who had got to heaven, he was sitting in a nice chair in a garden. He was relaxing. There was a table by his side. There were some refreshments that were there. One lion was playing. His son and daughter, they were playing with a ball, you see. And Jesus was roaming with a plate of nimbu pani. And coming in, he is supplying nice refreshment. This was painting. Idea of heaven. So much enjoyment, even God is there to serve you. God's Son is there to serve you, you see. You're simply there to relax and enjoy. And no fear there. It is said, Goloka is a land superior to that. What could be superior to enjoyment? Enjoyment. Everyone wants enjoyment. Even we want to enjoy kirtan, we want to enjoy devotee festival, Mahaprasad. What could be superior to enjoyment? That is called ananda. Seva ananda. Bliss through seva. Service. Seva. Something which is not looked at here is so high. Of course, if you do a little service to humanity, you may get a good name in the history books. But how many people will do that? If we recognize that somebody is serving humanity, that is a great thing. Why everybody doesn't serve humanity? No, because no one wants to give up enjoyment, personal enjoyment. No one wants to give it up. And heaven means the perfection of material enjoyment. But there's something greater than enjoyment. A satisfaction that comes in giving, greater than that of receiving. You see. Greater than receiving is giving. We sometimes experience it in this world. You see. Greater than receiving a gift is giving a gift. You see. And the experiencing giving, when we are giving to the supreme object of worship, everything, even our heart and soul, our very existence we offer to Him, that reciprocates with Him in the form of something which even surpasses the heavenly conceptions of pleasure. By hundreds of thousands of times, it is greater. The bliss of seva, ananda of seva in Goloka. So, I'll read more of this description. If someone tries to describe him as being blackish, the next word we find is tvesha akrishnam. Immediately restricts. His complexion is certainly not black. Indeed, his not being blackish indicates that his complexion is golden. There are many color combinations of this world. Black may go with green, black may go with blue, black may go with silver, but everybody knows black and gold. This is outstanding, So the complementary color to black, most complementary color. Complementary means it is so much the opposite that it is enhancing. It is enhancing the beauty of black. That is gold, not white. Black and white is not so appealing. Not so appealing. Black and gold. Gold holds such a position that it enhances the beauty of black. So when saying, this Rishi told, Bhagavan in Kali Yuga is not black. The indication is he will be opposite of that. And in a way that he will be most beautifully revealed. That means his color will be golden. By performing the sacrifice of the congregational chanting of the holy name, learned scholars in the age of Kali, they will worship Lord Kṛṣṇa, who is now non-black because of the great upsurge of the feelings of Srimati Radharani. covered by the color of Radharani. Radharani's color, actually, is just like molten gold. Now, see the phenomena now. Just I'll tell you a secret. This is one of the secrets of this ashram. Where does the sun get its energy? All over the world, people have studied the sun for centuries and centuries. Still to this very day, people are studying the sun. Where does the sun get its unlimited power? The secret is, his power is drawn from Bhagavan. Behind the orb of the sun is the Supreme Lord, the source of all power. The sun derives its power. And it just so happens that it's this ashram that the sun comes to every morning to derive its power. You can see the sun is coming and shining on Mahaprabhu, sometimes shining on Radharani, sometimes Kṛṣṇa, sometimes Gaurāṅga, and drawing up his power. And we have noticed that whenever this doesn't happen, it's a cloudy day. That is called subjective vision. Don't see the tree, see behind the tree. Who is behind? Don't see nature, see who is behind nature. Then someone will say, oh, you're actually seeing it in reverse. No, that is actually seeing it rightly. You're seeing it in reverse. You think the sun is shining down on Kṛṣṇa, but actually, Kṛṣṇa is giving light to the sun at that time, you see. That is called subjective consciousness. Behind everything is the hand of the Almighty. He is everywhere. He is behind everything. So we try to see behind. Who is? Sometimes there's a movement in society. Someone will say, who is behind that? Who's organized that? Who has done that? Just like in terrorism, a bomb goes off. Then everyone, who is behind it? Then some group, they claim, yes, that is our bomb. We are behind it. Acts of terrorism, acts of treachery. But who is behind this world? Who is behind the sun?
The rain cloud in the ocean. The rain cloud in the ocean.
Who?
The rain cloud in the ocean.
The rain cloud?
Gets water from the ocean.
Yeah, that is there also. But it's not rainy season. So, he is the only worshipable deity of the Paramahansas who have attained the highest stage of the fourth order, sannyas. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Chaitanya, show us His great causeless mercy. Someone should take that picture. Maharaj, you should get that now with the sun on Mahaprabhu. One can vividly see his glowing complexion of molten gold, which dispels the darkness of ignorance. The sinful life of the living beings result from ignorance. To destroy that ignorance, he has brought various weapons, such as his plenary associates, his devotees, and the holy name of Kṛṣṇa. So this day, 515 years ago, Mahaprabhu appeared in Navadvip. But another incarnation of Kṛṣṇa appeared on this very same day at this very same moment. Who it was? Who it was? This very same day, very same moment, another incarnation appeared on this earth at that time. That was Mahā-mantra. Krishna avatar, Nama avatar, came down at the same time as Gaurāṅga avatar. They came together. Previously, the name is there in the Vedas. The name is shouted here and there around in different spiritual cultures in India and even in other parts of the world. Names of God are shouted. But the potency of Yuga Dharma, that now the name will rise to such prominence, it will deliver the people of Kali Yuga. That power of the holy name descended at the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And it was found that the Lord's birth coincided with an eclipse, and because eclipse, all the people of Navadvip, although they were very materialistic, they fear the eclipse. They want to be in the river. They don't want to get any bad karmas. And they have all heard that, very good, we should shout Govinda, Govinda. We should shout Vaikuntha Nam. We should shout Kṛṣṇa Nam, Nārāyaṇa Nam. This will give us great fortune. In this way, from the very beginning of Mahaprabhu's appearance, he arranged that the people will be accepting the holy name. So as he appeared in the world, in the home of Mother Sachi, in Jagannath Mishra, the multitudes of the people of Navadvip, they were at the river Ganga, and everyone was shouting, Govinda, Govinda, Hari, Hari, Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa. They're all shouting the holy names. And Mahaprabhu then appeared. Then henceforward, as a baby, he used to do a lot of shouting and a lot of crying. And it would be incessant. He would not stop shouting and crying until the ladies of the village, they would stand in front of him, seeing the small baby. They would then go, Hari, Hari, Hari. Suddenly they discovered, maybe like this, that baby is always screaming, always crying, and maybe some ghost, maybe under some attack. So how to chase off any bad spirit? Hari, Hari. They will shout the name of Bhagavan. That will chase off any evil spirit, any bad thing. Cannot stand with the name of Hari. So they will shout Hari, Hari. Then that baby will become quiet. Then if the ladies stop shouting Hari, Hari, again he'll start crying. So in this way, even as a baby, he used to engage the friends of Mother Sachi and others in chanting of the holy name. Then when Mahaprabhu got a little bit his age, he became Rascal Number One. And he showed us so many of his Vrindavan pastimes of mischief. As Kṛṣṇa in Vrindavan, he's stealing butter, he's creating mischief, stealing clothing, tormenting others, having great fun with his friends. So Mahaprabhu, he joined with the atheistic section as a boy. We don't believe in God. I am God, he said. He used to go to the river, and people are meditating. In those days, yogis are sitting, they're doing their sandhya, they're doing their pujas. So for those yogis, they are meditating. He would come and not splash water. Actually, he would suck water in the Ganges, and he would spit the water on the yogis. And the yogis open their eyes, and here's this little boy spitting water. And then he's shouting, here I am, here I am. But they're meditating on Bhagavan in the heart. And he's saying, I am here, I am here. And they're giving big complaint. What is this boy you have? And complaining to Jagannath Mishra, your boy is very bad. He's spitting on everybody, And then somebody's arranging pujas, put some nice sweets here, doing some. Turn around, Mahaprabhu is standing there. Thank you. He's eating the offerings. They're putting any garland for Shiva. Then suddenly just that person, sometimes the girls would come to worship Shiva. They would make some lingam and all. And then just a garland, they put the mala on Shiva and they make their wish to get their husband, beautiful, strong husband and famous. And he would just put his head there and mala would come. Yes, I will be your husband. I will give you a good husband. All sorts of mischief and many complaints against him. At that time there was a devotee, almost the same age. His name was Gadadhar Pandit. And Gadadhar Pandit, because actually Mahaprabhu, although he was doing great mischief, still everybody loved him. No one could not love. His name was Nimai Pandit. Everyone loved him. There was one big scholar. He used to go on walks in the evening. And some people would come along because he's a very big scholar, an older man, and he's having one stick. So Mahaprabhu used to just walk behind him. Just doing some profile of that big scholar. And he would make fun of that scholar. Generally, if any boy does that, we'll think, not good, not correct. Still, they could not, even if they would become angry, still they loved him. He had such charm and beauty. Because he is Kṛṣṇa, all attractive, charm and beauty. They think he should be punished, but then when punishment, okay, don't punish, don't beat. They'll want you give him a beating. Then if Jagannath Mishra is going to beat, no, okay, don't beat. Like that. What did that man, he told like that. And he used to do many things. It is mentioned in Chaitanya Bhagavat that he especially would go to the home of old peoples. And in the night, he would come up and he would tie the door closed. Because old people have to get up in the night to go to toilet for passing water at least twice. So he used to just sneak up and tie off the door, and then he would sit back with his friends and wait. That old man comes to the door, starts shouting. All types of mischief. In the noon break, our boys, after school's over, they all go for swimming. So Navadvip was a big place with hundreds of schools. So the noon break would come and all the boys would go to swim. Mahaprabhu would go with his select group of friends. Very atheistic, very troublemaking boys. Huh? And there'd be some nice Brahmin boy come out from a school. He'll have his books and everything. He's taking his midday bath. Mahaprabhu would go, "Oh, I think I know you. Huh? I think you are the student of that big fool, the one that owns that school just near the banyan tree. That fool, you're his student, no?" And the big fighting would take place. Huh? Now, I didn't say it, he said it. He would create like a big problem. Then he would jump and he would float down the Ganga, come to the next ghat. And he would do the same thing. And every day he would turn the ghats into a riot. To the point they had to post policemen with sticks. They're waiting for Nimai and his boys to come and chase them off. Then some older boys, maybe they're like 20, 21. They came one day. "You don't tell like that any other man's guru is a fool, huh? This is not right." "Yeah, but it's true. And it's obvious. The boy doesn't know anything." "Oh, how you can speak like this?" Mahaprabhu said, "Well, I know everything." Such pride, such arrogance. So then they would organize debates. And they would bring the best of the students. "Well, I'm going to just smash this Nimai." And he would just wrap them like a string around his finger and pull. Like mud, he would make one shape with knowledge. Then he would make another shape with knowledge. One boy would present his knowledge, and Mahaprabhu would then just destroy that knowledge. Then everybody's thinking, "Oh, gee, he is right." Then Mahaprabhu would say, "But we could consider it this way," and Mahaprabhu would defeat his own argument. And again establish that boy's philosophy. "Oh, yeah, actually you're right." Then he would say, "But then again," and he'd unravel the whole thing. He's the husband of Saraswati, goddess of learning, so he played with knowledge like a toy until he was known as the boy genius of Nadia. And he was respected by everyone and anyone for his learning. In this way, he captured the attention of all atheistic people who were more given to knowledge and had no respect for bhakti. And that's why he did all these pastimes. First mischief and all these things, catch that parental love of the senior citizens, you see. Although we don't like mischief, at the same time, when the boys do mischief, there's some humor in that, some charm in that. Captured them, then captured all the learning persons. And then one fine day, he simply converted, "I am devotee of Kṛṣṇa." And from that day on to the end of his life, the name of Kṛṣṇa never left his lip for a moment, it is said. Which was some 20, 30, nearly 30-something years, until he was 48 years old. Around the time he was 16, 17, something like that. He became a devotee. This Gadadhar Pandit, who was his friend, every day used to go home and pray to Kṛṣṇa. "Please make Nimai Pandit a Vaishnava. If he becomes a Vaishnava, then the Vaishnavas, we will get some standing in society. Everybody loves him, but he's such an atheist. He's such a philosopher, a logician. He's always a troublemaker. Nonetheless, everybody loves him. If you bless him to become a devotee, then we will catch all of Navadvip, all of Nadia. Then they will have to respect the devotees." And when that happened, then of course that was the happy day for Gadadhar Pandit. And Mahaprabhu, when that actually how it happened, Mahaprabhu went away. His father had passed away, Jagannath Mishra, and he went to this place called Bodh Gaya, Vishnu Gaya actually, not Bodh Gaya, Vishnu Gaya, to do the Pinda ceremony, the cultural religious ceremony for the ancestors. There he met one saint, Ishwar Puri. Ishwar Puri was a disciple of Madhavinda Puri. Mahaprabhu saw one nice devotee, one nice saint is there. Let me go and see. Previous to that moment, he had just been a big scholar. He had passed his mischief age. Now he was a big scholar. He had his own school even. Then he came there. Then something is told about that. He was very impressed with that devotee, meeting that devotee, Ishwar Puri. And under the influence of Ishwar Puri, he became his disciple. Ishwar Puri became the guru of Sri Chaitanya Dev. Ishwar Puri gave him various mantras for his chanting, and particularly, most importantly, he told him, "You don't worry about Vedanta, you just do Sankirtan." And he gave him Mahā-mantra. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in the experience of all of us, First we said, what is this sound they're shouting? Huh? Then one day, nobody's looking. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Leg starts to jump. We start to sing. Somebody comes. We act normal. Then we get our tape recorder. We're listening some sound. That starts to move something. Pretty soon we find out we have joined those people shouting Krishna, Krishna. So it's generally gradually. But with Mahaprabhu, it was not gradual. It is if someone had broke the dam and the whole ocean was coming out at once. More than if the Ganga was falling on the head of Shiva. It was coming out. Just instantly it came out. His love for Krishna. So when he came back from this Vishnu Gaya, then he was different. He went to his students. He didn't anymore like to teach grammar. He just taught Krishna, Krishna. Oh no, they said, teach us grammar. We want to be a big scholar like you. But Mahaprabhu would teach Krishna, Krishna. Even then some of the students, they began to complain, you see. Then, although they loved him, although he was the greatest scholar, there were objections against him, you see. Why is telling Krishna, Krishna? He's a changed man. And Gadadhar Pandit saw this change. He was so happy. Somehow he's become a Vaishnava. Krishna has answered my prayers. He's become a Vaishnava. The Mahaprabhu used to go to Gadadhar Pandit and he would say, you are blessed from your birth. You are a devotee of Krishna. But my life was very sinful. I was a big rascal. I gave all importance to jnana and logic and grammar and all these things. I have wasted my life, so many years of my life. You are most fortunate, Gadadhar. So that is the pastime, the Līlā. The Lord plays the part of an ordinary person in Kali Yuga, and he becomes himself a devotee of the Supreme Lord in Kali Yuga, and he teaches us the path. So, by the time Mahaprabhu reached 24 years of age, now Navadvip was split. It was split. Previously everybody loved him. Now it was split. A certain section loved him, but a certain section was opposing him. And they rumored, we know him since the time he's a boy. Of course, he was very learned, he was very sweet and all that. All children are sweet. They began to give so many excuses. Anyway, we know who this Nimai is. And they didn't take him seriously about his Sankirtan movement. And a certain section of those people, they even went, at that time the government was Mohammedan government, they went and complained to the Mohammedan government, you please stop these people, they're making a big noise, always shouting Krishna, Krishna, all these things, it is disturbance. They're shouting in the night, hey, Narayan is sleeping. Tell these people to be quiet. They gave a complaint, our God is sleeping, they're shouting. And like this, even the Hindu Brahmins, they went against Mahaprabhu. Then at one point Mahaprabhu realized, it is something natural, I'm from their village. And they see me in white dress as a family man. So many are taking that I am just one of them. So how to correct that vision? Then Mahaprabhu thought, I will become a sannyasi. Because the then culture of the time, as is still the culture in India in most cases, everyone will give respect to a Swami, to sannyasi. So Mahaprabhu then devised the plan when he was 24 years old. He will renounce his family life. He will enter the sannyasa ashram. And when he did that, it was the 14th of January, Makara Sankranti. That was the day he selected. When he did that, in one day he captured all the people that had avoided him in Navadvip. They just came there to see, what is this Nimai? Pandit is going to take sannyasi. He's going to be a sannyasi. And his head was shaved, and he was sannyasi dressed. Then everybody fell down, and in this way, he captured them. And then he went on to live in Puri, Jagannath Puri. And the remaining 24 years of his life were spent, his base of activity was in Puri. By the time Mahaprabhu's Leelas were completed, we find out that some of the greatest philosophers, logicians, and saintly people, as well as kings and heads of state, as well as wealthy merchants, some of the greatest, wealthiest, aristocratic people, not some, many, had become the disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And these persons wrote their experiences of who is Chaitanya Dev. So it is one thing that from the village, some man is telling, oh, Bhagavan, 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 Bhagavan. Well, what opinion? What do we care for the opinion of a man who has no education, no culture, no anything? If a very highly learned person with a great experience in the world, he has something good to say about something, then we recognize it must have some value. But even then, one man's opinion. What if 100 men, educated men and women, great aristocratic people, highly learned, top people of the society, the governor of all Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu at that time, he is known to us as Ramananda Roy. He was directly under Krishna Deva Roy at Vijayanagar. He became Mahaprabhu's most important devotee in one sense. Rupa and Sanatan, they were the chief minister and prime minister of the Nawab Hussain Shah of Bengal. He ruled all of Bengal up into Assam and all these places that Hussain Shah, he ruled, and his chief minister and prime minister, almost always in the Mohammedan government, all chief positions were given to Brahmins and very intelligent people. The sword was in the hand of the Shah, but the brain power and economics was in the hand of the ministers. And in most cases, most cases, they were Hindu. So, Rupa and Sanatan were ministers of the Nawab Hussain Shah. Ramananda Roy was governor of all of Andhra and Tamil Nadu. Then it is coming under like all Madras district, big Madras district. They didn't call us Madras, but at that time. Then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was the court pundit at the court of Maharaj Prataparudra. He is known as the Gajapati Maharaj. Also one of the wealthiest and most powerful kings in India. His court pundit was the guru of 1,000 and more Shankar sannyasis. Sannyasis of Shankar Mutt used to learn Vedanta from this Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he converted, became Mahaprabhu's devotee, and went out with kartals and chanting the holy name in the street, and everyone was amazed. The dignified Sarvabhauma, the greatest of scholars. It is said that he is Brihaspati, the guru of the Devas. He came in Chaitanya-līlā, and he is going out dancing and chanting Kṛṣṇa Nam. They were stunned. And due to his influence, he converted the king, Prataparudra. And this went on at Benares. There was one famous sannyasi, Prakasananda Saraswati. He also was defeated by Mahaprabhu and fell at his feet and became absorbed in the Sankirtan. And like this all around, Mahaprabhu traveled in India for some years. For 6 years he moved around a lot. Nearly 2 years in South India, up down to Vrindavan, went back to Navadvip on one occasion. He moved around, but mainly he stayed at Jagannath Puri from the time he was 24, for 24 years. And in the last 24 years of his life, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was drawn into seclusion. And he was only rarely seen by the devotees at certain times. So let me see, how many, that's 12, For 36 years, basically, he was given to the welfare of humanity, the Yuga Dharma, what I mentioned in the beginning, his first duty, Yuga Dharma. And in the last 12 years of his life, 12 years, that is known also as a Yuga, Mahaprabhu was given to his own cause. And that he had come down, Kṛṣṇa, in the mood of the residents of Vrindavan, particularly in the mood of Srimati Radharani. He had come in that mood of devotion, but in the mood of her devotion. And he wanted to experience the quality of her devotion, the quality of her love, and the quality of her satisfaction. What she experiences in serving Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is Bhagavan himself. Everyone in the universe serves God. And he sees, they are so happy. They get so much from me. Sometime in the material world, even they are ready to die for me. He sees that. What is devotion? And then devotion in the Vaikuntha, it is more. And devotion in Goloka Vrindavan, it is more. And devotion in Radharani is more than all the others combined. And Krishna says, what is that devotion? I need to know that. How do I get that? How can I understand that? You see, it is a mysterious thing. Devotion controls him. Love is more than him. Therefore, there is this common saying, love is God. God is love. Materially, we We don't read it properly. But what is God without love? He would not care to exist. All that He is, if there was no love, He Himself would not care to exist. We say, some people say, Kṛṣṇa is not God. We say, if Kṛṣṇa is not God, there is no God. Because He is. You see? So, love is everything. That is different than the love of this world. So, and that love is called Mahā-bhāva. And who has that more than any? That is Srimati Radharani. So Kṛṣṇa comes as a devotee in her mood of devotion, that type of devotion. Now what is that? Is that all about gopīs? Is that, there are many things we hear these days about high devotion. But rarely now do we hear the real thing about high devotion. High devotion means selflessness, no greediness. Everyone in this world is possessed with greediness, selfishness, to some degree. But there is no selfishness and no greediness to be found, even in an atomic particle, in the heart of the residents of Vrindavan. So to be a Braja-bhakta, to be in vraja-bhāva, we have to eliminate selfishness, greediness. We have to learn sacrifice, give to live. We have to learn these things. There is no ego there. Egotistic consciousness. No ego there. They have their pure ego. I am servant of Kṛṣṇa. Pure ego. But no false ego. No tendency of enjoying. So, Mahaprabhu entered into this mood of selfless service and devotion, and through that, then he came to know what is the love of Srimati Radharani. And he spent 12 years in that state of mind, day and night. Day and night. It is actually questionable if he ever slept, actually, in that 12-year period. He would appear to sleep from time to time, but even in his sleep, he would be in his dream consciousness of Vrindavan, you see. So, and at the end of those 12 years, then Mahaprabhu was 48 years old, and from time to time he would meet with the devotees, of course, not exclusively just staying in his room. There is one room where he stayed in port. It is called Gambhīra. Gambhīra means very mystical. Very mystical. What Mahaprabhu could experience there, we cannot understand that, actually. And only few devotees, 1 and 2 and 3 devotees, would be with him. Sometime in the day he would come out and he would see his devotees. One evening he called all his devotees to one temple called Toṭā Gopīnātha. The Toṭā Gopīnātha temple was being, the main devotee living in that temple was Gadadhar Pandit, who had stuck with Mahaprabhu throughout his life. You follow, from the time they were children. Then of course they got their age, 48, nearly 50. Then one day when Mahaprabhu was visiting Gadadhar Pandit, they were sitting together, and he told Gadadhar, dig in the sand. There's a great wealth here, a great fortune, a great treasure is waiting here. Please discover it. Gadadhar told, like you, my lord, I have embraced the life of renunciation. What treasure? What business I have with treasure? No, this is something more than that worldly treasure. You just have a look. So they dug in the sand, and one beautiful murti of Kṛṣṇa was found there. Very big size. Oh, as big as the man, we say. Very big size. Toṭā Gopīnātha. He became known as Gopīnātha. Toṭā means the garden. So a nice garden was there, and Gadadhar used to stay there and serve Toṭā Gopīnātha in the garden. Mahaprabhu called all the devotees, come for Sankirtan at Gadadhar's place, the place of Gopīnātha, Toṭā Gopīnātha. Then there was a big Sankirtan party, and they were going on with dancing and chanting for a few hours. Suddenly, Mahaprabhu began to manifest his divine symptoms. And when those symptoms were being manifested, his intense love for Kṛṣṇa, then everyone is caught in that. No one can leave that. Even the legs are ready to fall out from under the man. No one can leave that kirtan. They're just held up by that. Suddenly, Mahaprabhu began to expand himself. There was 1, there was 2, there was 4, there was 8, there was 16. Suddenly there were 16 Mahaprabhus. In 16 forms, he's tasting the ecstasy of the holy name of Kṛṣṇa. Through the holy name of Kṛṣṇa, he's showing, I need more tongues and more ears, because through this name of Kṛṣṇa, I am catching Kṛṣṇa. And he showed that so intensely, then suddenly, all to one, and he jumped into the Garbhagudi, and in front of maybe 100 devotees, very high devotees. They saw Mahaprabhu went inside the deity, and he was gone from the world. And on the leg of the deity, there's one big yellow line. Previously, the deity was standing for many years, and this line was there. When Gadadhar Pandit was old, he was too old to put the mala on Kṛṣṇa, because he was so big. Kṛṣṇa sat down. And now he is sitting like this, and he's playing his murli. And if you get to that place in Jagannath Puri, some days the pujari is cooperative, and he may move the skirt of, let me see, it's on, now I forget which side. I think it's Krishna's right side, and you'll see, he'll show Krishna's leg, knee, and one beautiful golden line is there. It is said that line came there at the time of Mahaprabhu. Then, all around, there were many devotees. It is said that the devotees in Jagannath's temple in the evening, they saw Mahaprabhu at the temple. There were some other devotees. In the evening, they were out on the seashore. They're saying their mantras, they're having a stroll. They saw Mahaprabhu moving here. There are so many places that Mahaprabhu used to visit in Puri. And that evening, because Puri is many, many people, there were 1,000 devotees there. That night in the kirtan, maybe 100 or so were there. Everyone saw him. So to many of devotees in different places, he gave his last darshan. Then in one place, he ended his pastimes in this world. So Mahaprabhu was present 48 years. From the beginning, he showed Nam Sankirtan is the supreme wealth of all living beings who are to be found in this world. It is so valuable that it is cherished even by those who are the denizens of the heavenly world. Not heavenly world, the Vaikuntha world, the Goloka world. There's one incident, Mahaprabhu had fainted. In his trance, he had got Radha and Kṛṣṇa. And he had gone in Vrindavan. And Radha and Kṛṣṇa were sitting on a throne. And Mahaprabhu was picking flowers along with gopis, and devotees are there plucking flowers. So in his dream, Mahaprabhu entered, he's plucking flowers right in the company of Radha Kṛṣṇa. So in his trance dream, he got Kṛṣṇa. In this world, he was fallen down on the ground, unconscious. Then the devotees, they began Sankirtan. Then the sound of the Sankirtan, Mahaprabhu came back, and he came back to his consciousness. And he told, I had seen Radha and Kṛṣṇa. They're under a tree. They're being served by devotees. They welcome me, and I went there, and I was also serving. Now you made this sound. It brought me back here. So he was showing little anger. Now you gave this sound. But the devotees, they have shown. And what is that sound? That even Mahaprabhu is seeing Radha Kṛṣṇa. He's there and seeing in Līlā Radha Kṛṣṇa. But there is some sound which will bring him, attract him. The holy name of Kṛṣṇa. That may attract him even from the Līlā of Kṛṣṇa. There is nothing superior to the holy name of Kṛṣṇa. Kali Kali Namarupe Kṛṣṇa Avatara. So if it has got such attraction and benefit for Mahaprabhu that he can come from a state of trance where he's envisioned God and his eternal Līlas, as devotee he's doing this, and he's coming back to this place where people are jumping and shouting and chanting Mahā-mantra. What is the meaning? How much benefit then to us? So from the beginning of his birth, when he made the people sing Hare Krishna at the time of the eclipse, to the last moment of his life, when he jumped in the Toṭā Gopīnātha temple and entered through the form of Toṭā Gopīnātha, he showed that Nam Sankirtan is the supreme benediction for humanity at large. Go Premanande!